I'm about to have Gaster. Basically he's setting up right now. He's about to join me in a moment or so. We are about going live on track. Let's see if the commentary. It is now a green light officially. Who is out on track? And no one's out on track. And this is common in FP3 to see no one on track. So we have started, but no one has joined the track as of yet. People are in cars. Looking at Carlos Sainz, he's in his car right now. Yeah, I mean it's weird. No one's doesn't want to be the first chicken to get out on track. No, 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 Joshua. If Alvin bins it again, he's destroyed Logan's car. They do not have another chassis. They do not have another chassis. So if he bins it today, bins it tomorrow, and we do have our first car on track, and it is the Papaya Boys and Bottas, our new favorite Australian. If you've not seen his ad, he did an ad for Uber car share, and it's bonkers, just straight up bonkers stupid, and it's hilarious. So if you've not seen it, you should go out. We do have it linked to our Discord. So if again, excuse me. So if you after the session tonight, you guys want to continue discussing F1 to continue, you want to get the latest news, come join our Discord. And both of the stake team kick cars are on, so Butters and Joe are on track, and it's going to be about a minute or so before we get actually any times. And joining me now is Gaster. How are you doing?
Uh,
You need to boost your volume.
oh, oh, my mic's a bit soft. Sorry, how is it now?
There we go. We can hear you now.
All right. Oh man,
So I've
just
talked a little bit about what's going on with uh, Williams, and
yeah.
then we've got basically four cars, maybe a fifth car. If that's yeah, Perez is joining the track. Getting reading some of his car now, and we're about 2K. If you haven't liked and subscribed now's a great time to do it. We're about to break 118K. We need two of you to subscribe. Who wants to be our lucky subscriber? I want to thank you those of you who are the 1,800 of you so far who have joined us. And Max has joined is now on grid as well. So it looks like Oscar did a installation lap. He's basically he's come out and come back into the grid. Norris is still on track, so he must be doing some program with a couple more laps. Are you there, Gaster?
Oh yeah, I am. I'm just kind of thinking about just the whole set of things that happened yesterday with especially Williams. Because what do you think about the whole Williams thing?
There is two things going on with the will. Like Obviously, they probably should have had the chassis.
Yeah. Uh,
Um, and they should have had it. There's no excuse for them not having that to build the car. The problem
uh,
is that doing so, they probably would have been followed of you can't have three cars, and that's I don't know how to get around that issue because the rules are just set up in a weird way. Since in the last few minute or so, Aston Martin has joined onto the grid. Norris has come into the pits, and Bottas has come to the pits. And we have broken 118K subscribers. So I want to thank everyone who have subscribed. You guys are the Racing Tickets Army. I want to thank those of you who are in green. That's like Elmas, RS, Paula, Yentl. This is here. This is more. Rory's here. If I didn't call you out and you've joined the channel, please do say something. But yeah, no, I mean this is the people who have thrown a few LMAX. Here we go. These are the people who have joined the channel. They're throwing a few bucks each month. Help keep the lights going on. We appreciate it. They have basically every month they will get a super chat, so a free. And Perez just did a purple lap, 119.206. We were seeing them getting into the 118s yesterday, so this is a good start point. Max is about to do his flying lap. He's got purple sectors already in that first sector, so he's probably going to take the fastest sector one from Checo.
he's complaining about his brakes at the moment. However,
Yeah,
well,
I
we'll
don't.
see. Set the timings there.
Yeah, but I mean, he's complaining about his brakes, but he's going the fastest on track. I mean, he is purple straight out in sector 2 already. Looking at the chart, there's one green subsector. And he's taken, yeah, he's on track to do a full purple lap to go faster than Checo. So I don't know. There could be sleight of hand. I mean, he could be saying that to there could be something that he doesn't particularly like. But like we're looking at his lap right now. There's nothing wrong with the car, and it could be
Yeah,
that he's
it's running
saying that
fine.
to he may be saying that to throw off the other teams, and he just did a 118.591, so he just did 7/10 faster uh,
Okay.
than his teammate. So we
Hmm.
will see how things go in a moment. Oh wow, F1 TV's got a good camera view. It's probably
Yeah, I
Max's
think
it's a camera probably mounted on Max's helmet the way it's looking.
oh yeah,
So
because you
that's
can see
interesting.
his head turning around. Yeah, I think the thing about the Red Bull is that uh, I think even if it feels at least to the drivers not the best to drive, like they think the setup's still wrong, it still really flies on track regardless. It just
I,
as we can
I
see,
mean,
Perez is also just improved on
yeah. I mean,
both of his
he's
sectors and set purple.
we've got dueling teammates at this point. Yeah, he's actually faster than Max at the moment.
And it's still another.
He's actually much faster than Max. He's about to finish his lap. We'll see how much time he
He's
gained, and
he's
he
only
goes into the
3.5 tenths
117s.
fast. 117. What was yesterday's fastest lap? It was roughly
I
around
am
there, wasn't
blank.
it?
I'm blanking on those times, but this is more what this is quality times. Easily could be quality times. Checo, they were in the 117s easily. So we've got people coming out. They've done installation laps. Bottas and Joe did installation laps. The only other so it's basically Red Bull and Aston Martin on the grid right now. No one else is on the grid, and that's interesting. Sainz looks like is doing his outlap now. So teams are kind of like feeling out the track, doing things with not a lot of traffic out there, it seems at the moment. And Max, we've got the dueling laps. So Max is now doing his next. So he did his slow down lap, now doing a fast lap now. So they've got Perez and Max on alternating slow, fast laps.
Verstappen's improving on both sectors too.
And they're finding time. They're both finding time on the track. And he's about to finish his lap. Something happened at the end. He lost time. He does go faster, but he did at the very end of that lap. Something happened. He wasn't improving in his time, but he does go 4/10 faster, so it's a 117.5. So we're already in the middles of 117. Red Bull setting the line in the sand out there. So we've got Sainz and Leclerc on track now. So we've got Sainz going first on a flying lap, and Leclerc doing his out lap, about to do his first. So we got alternating Sainz and Leclerc on flying laps as well. Perez has been brought into the pits, and Aston Martin has been brought into the pits. So we should expect probably Verstappen to come into the pits as well. Technically, the only ones who, as far as the F1 charts are going, it's just Red Bull who's actually set times, and Perez is on an outlap now. So they've changed into a different tire type. What time did it say? And Perez, so the laps that we just saw were done on medium tire. So only four drivers are on. Nope, I take that back. Albon has just started his outlap. So here we got Albon in the car of Logan Sargent. This is going to be interesting. 46 minutes left in this session so far. We've got dueling laps between Max and Perez so far. Other teams have done installation laps, checking things. Sainz has gone up to a P13 with a 118.44. So they're just getting started, getting warmed up. Again, we're seeing them on the medium tires, so there is time to be gained with the soft tires. Here we go. We got Albon, and he's starting at flying lap. We're going to follow that along. Again, if anything happens with this car in this session or in quali, there will be no car for Williams to drive, for either driver. So there is that at risk right now with the team. Nico Hulkenberg's not in his car, but getting ready to get into his car. If you guys have questions in chat, please go right ahead. We've got put my name in chat for you. Again, we've gone 15 minutes in the session. You're listening to Racing Tickets YouTube channel, and this is Grash on commentary, and I've got Gasser with me today. He's sorting out a tech issue. He'll be back in a moment. And Max has improved on his time. So Max, okay. So while I was looking away, both Perez and Max have moved into the 117.1. Perez is only a half a tenth behind Max. That's yeah, slim margins we're looking at right now. They've done about eight laps on track, which is the most of any team at the moment. Ferrari's next with 4 laps each. We have Albon on track, and then we have Hamilton on track as well right now. Hamilton seems to be, I think they're both on flying laps, so they're keep an eye on those. And the Ferraris are doing flying laps at the moment. Leclerc just did 1:18.389, and Sainz is about to finish his lap. He's going to go top his teammate. He's going to go 117.5.
117.5. Okay, that is pretty quick. Albon's also going to cross the finish line. 119.4.
I could check, make sure that is correct. Where's Hamilton? Hamilton's not being. Hamilton is on an out lap. Yes, he is. So Hamilton is on a soft tire. So that's what I wanted to check. He's the first one to go out on the soft tire. Looks like Oscar came back on, did an installation lap on a hard tire. So did Norris and Bottas, showing. So looking at the tire from F1. So we'll see what Hamilton can do with on soft tires and relatively low traffic. Russell's joined the track as well. He's on soft tires as well. Is Hamilton going to use a real setup this time? I hope so. Yeah, we'd like to see him do well. I mean, and we have a yellow flag.
1 second from. Sorry, yeah, what? Yellow flag?
We have a yellow flag. Someone went off the track. Hamilton's going to go P5, 118.660. And
Because even by the second sector, he was already over a second slower than Verstappen's timings. Of course, it is his first lap on the soft tires, but I don't know. It just looked like yesterday Hamilton was not having a good practice session for either
No.
FP1 or FP2.
And he said so in during interviews as well, that he did not have a good day yesterday. It was a challenging day.
What about Russell?
Russell is doing okay. He has been consistently. He hasn't been elite. He's been good, but not elite. Red Bull and Ferrari have been basically better than Mercedes, and that's held out yesterday as well.
Yeah,
we've got Sainz with some
roughly aligned with what I expect.
Sainz just
Mercedes to do.
So Leclerc finishes his lap with a fastest sector 3 with 117.7. But Sainz right now, he's improving on his times. He's got some subsectors that are the fastest, but he's not getting the full sector, not the fastest purple sector as yet. So he's about improving his times. It's a 10th off there. Another 10 off there. He's probably on pace for a 117. 0.2 or 2.5. About to finish his lap. We'll see that in a moment. And Sainz is actually going to wow. Fastest sector
116.7.
Yeah, that's a massive. You got 4/10.
Yeah, isn't
Max in that sector 3. Say again?
Isn't he on medium
He
tires?
is on medium tires. Max
Yeah,
time is on medium tires as well. So he got 4 tenths in sector 3 on max. He's in the 116.791. So here we go. And this is like, again, the guy was, 3 weeks ago, had surgery, was in surgery, and he managed to get back to the track for the race. So he was able to walk around. So the fact that he is P1 right now is insane in terms of the healing he's gone through.
yeah, good recovery from him.
Russell right now is P6, Hamilton is P8, Albon is P7 on track right now. We're getting more people. We've got Alpines, the Haas's, and the V-Carbs are all on track now. So we're getting some traffic on that on the grid at the moment.
Yeah, Russell's 1.5 seconds behind Sainz. Mm,
Who is 1.5 second?
Russell.
Oh, Russell. Okay.
Okay. One thing I want to bring to attention is last year's pole lap by Max Verstappen was a 116.7, which is basically what Sainz has done right now. I think the cars have really gotten much faster this year at this circuit.
And in general, they've been getting faster and faster.
I mean that makes sense too.
Yeah, and that was so much a big issue last year that Pirelli had to bring out so the tires. So last year at Silverstone, they brought out a new formulation on the tires to be stronger. It was construction changes,
Mhm.
and to basically make them stronger because basically the cars last year were going faster and putting more downforce into the tires at a higher rate than Pirelli expected. So the what they rolled out at the UK Grand Prix was intended for this year's tires.
Um, and the other thing, this 16.7 timings on mediums. Verstappen's timing last year was slightly on soft. Just yeah,
Leclerc just finished a lap. He's with 2.5 seconds behind Sainz is fastest lap. So there could be something. Could be they're now probably doing something race, race simulation, whatnot. A lot of people on soft tires. Albin is one of them who's still on the medium tire. So is Charles. We've got Norris jumping up to P5 with 118.033. Hamilton to P6 with an 118.094. Hulkenberg at P9, Sonoda P10, and then we've got the back markers starting this out. Right now, Stroll is a P13. And Alonso is a P19. Though I think Alonso's on an outlap right now. So
yeah. I don't think he's attempted to set a lap yet, like a proper lap yet.
and just did a replay of Charles' last lap, and there was a moment where he oversteered, uh, had
Awesome.
still containing control of the car, but that was definitely a moment where he lost time on that lap. Max is still out on the track. Perez has come back in and coming back out on that lap, so they're doing some tinkering on his car. They're definitely doing some sort of setup changes. Um, coming in, tinkering with the wings, whatnot. So looking right now, what you guys are saying, um, Yento's saying that Hampshire's still not fast enough. Let's see what else people are saying. Mercedes is washed up. A lot of people are gloom
Yeah,
and doom on the Mercs at the moment.
yeah. So Hamilton, he just asked his engineer where the losing time was. Supposedly 7/10ths, just solely on the straights. I wonder if it's like, is it an engine thing, or do they just have way more drag than they expected, or
And that's a good
what's the
question.
issue for them?
I want to just check. I know Alonso just finished his lap. He just jumped to P12. He's a second and an eighth, almost 2 seconds behind the lead. Why? He hit
Stroll
traffic.
has put himself in P5 there.
So which one of the Mercedes was in the way? So yeah, basically one of the Mercedes was in the way while ooh, those tire ducts are something's up with his tires as well. So just finished a lap, but he's 2.1 seconds off the lead, and he's on a soft tire. And I don't know why. Are they loading? Are they doing race runs with the soft tire, which would be the reason why they're 2 seconds behind?
3 seconds is a really small gap between quali and race lap. I kind of doubt it.
Hulkenberg just basically said he needs to change something up with his helmet. He's getting too much air into it. Pretty
Magnussen
much
slots
everyone is,
himself in P6.
and everyone right now is on track except for Albon. He's come back into the pits, and Magnussen just did a 1.7, 1.17990. Looking at what you guys are saying in chat right now. Ludo's responding to RS saying it's going to be another painful week for Alpine and Sauber. And this is why Audi is basically taking over the Sauber team sooner, taking full control of the Sauber team as opposed to leaving only 25%. They are definitely going to need the help that Sauber, the Audi, basically Audi's going to have to go in and upgrade a lot of things. They're going to have to do it quickly.
Alonso slots himself into P6 behind Stroll. I think something happened in the third sector because his first two sectors are roughly a tenth or two in front of his teammate.
Mm.
And Hamilton set is 400s behind Saints in the first sector. Let's see the timings on the second sector. And he's
Again,
300s. Puts himself in P5.
so in the past few minutes, Sainz has improved on his time a little bit. Leclerc has basically come to a 117.087. We've got Max at a that's not the correct time for Max. Get the correct time for Max. Max is done at 117.1, so he's 3 tenths off of Sainz's time. Uh, Perez is 0.359, and then Stroll is a second off. So we've definitely got Red Bull and Ferrari battling out at the top, and this is going to be interesting. And then it is the best of the rest after that point. Hamilton, Stroll, Alonso, and Oscar being the best of the rest. Haas right now, P9, P10, they have improved. That is one thing that's noticeable. They have
Oh,
improved.
Hamilton lost his race in, yeah, I think, was it the last sector? Yeah, I think it did. That's why his last sector was not super impressive.
Albon right now is P15. He had been up. He had been up higher, but more teams have come out. So like the V Carbs, the Haas has come out, and Russell's gone P5 with 117.452. So we've got an interesting setup right now. Um, correct. The live timing. Yeah. So Ferrari and Red Bull are on the top of the board, and they've done it on those medium tires.
Yeah, that's
That's something to be said. We've got 27 minutes left to go in this session right now. You are listening to the Racing Future channel. This is Grash, and I've got Gaster with me right now. We're going over the action that is going on in practice 3 right now.
hmm,
We've got one person who thinks the Sauber car, the Kickmobile, as we can call it.
capable.
Yeah, he called it that green car is ugly. It is definitely a car that looks better at night than it does during the day.
Yeah, that bright green, like the lime green color is
It's
just
yeah. Enjoy,
stands out.
enjoy, enjoy that green for this year or next year, because after that it will be in a full Audi car with a different look. Looking at right now, Larry Maverick saying qualifying looking good for Max, but not for Hamilton. What do the night tires? So, a question from chat. Tessa's asking, what do the numbers next to the tires mean? That's indicating at the tire life, how many laps they've done on those tires. The what you're seeing there is not necessarily always correct. So there is an F1 timing chart, and they have a better idea. Like Max has done 6 laps on the and Perez have done 6 laps on those medium tires. They have been using a medium tire consistently, though. We've got a Hulkenberg very close to the wall, 15 centimeters. Of course, we know yesterday Albon was a negative number into that wall, close to the wall. Uh, SSXX is asking a Ferrari 1-2 win. I mean, it's going to depend on the quali and where they set up. I have a feeling that Max is not going at
He's
his
doing a race
fastest
lap.
right now.
Yeah, I think he's doing a race lap.
Yeah, I think he's doing race laps right now. So it's interesting to see what's going on. Again, if you got questions, that now's a great time to throw them in the chat. There's only a few people on track right now. Sainz, Verstappen, Perez, Alonso, Sonoda, and Gasly is on track right now. But that can, change. Like Ricardo now is on an outlap, and Alonso's on an outlap now. So that can change very. People are coming in and out of the pits for different reasons for setup, tire changes. Moko in chat's asking why is Bottas considered Aussie. All right, so it's a joke. Moko, basically, Bottas did a commercial for a rideshare in Australia, where basically he's like, Australia is my second home, and here's my second car. So he's in this neon blue, paisley blue outfit, and the car is matching his color, and it's just outrageously silly. We do have that ad pinned in our. It's either it may be in the humor channel. I'll have to check. I think it's in the media channel, but it could have easily been put into the humor channel as well, because it's just outrageously.
Just to answer a question somebody had, why is Albon in two positions? I believe it's because the other car is Albon's original car from yesterday, and the other one that currently see with timings is most likely the replacement, or rather the one that the chassis that Albon's driving on.
Yeah, I don't know why they. And this might. So what probably has happened is that they have decided to put Albon in both. So basically, one of them is supposed to be Sargent, and I think this is a joke from our timing people, where they've just basically have just changed. They've decided to change Sargent's designation to Albon for the laugh factor, for him being on the board twice. Technically, the P20 Albon, that's technically not supposed to be there. We only got 19 cars on the grid. So, though the interesting stat fact right now is that Ferrari has 3 drivers in the top 10. That would be Sainz, Leclerc, and Behrman. Yet are second in the constructors to Red Bull. So, yeah. So weird facts. Another weird fact is that Behrman has more points in F1 right now than he does in F2, where he normally drives. And yeah, this is only the third round out of the season, everyone. This is going to be a weird season as it is. Albon right now improving on his times on track right now. They've got a helmet cam look from Albon in his car at the moment.
Piastri's on a flyer at the moment. So is Albon.
He's about to finish the lap. He's on that last turn into the finish line. And Albon's going to jump up to P7 with 117.759. And he did that on a soft tire. Oscar's also on a flying lap. He's on a soft tire as well. He's improved in both of his times as well. Yeah, they're about matched. They're evenly matched between him and Albon right now. He's about to come to the finish line. And he's going to come in under Albon. It's a 117.759. He loses a couple tenths in Sector 3. So it's about 2 tenths difference between the two. It is a 2 tenth difference between Piastri and Albon. Oh, no, I got it backwards. It's Piastri came in at P7. Travis Davis has put in the chat that Kimi Antonelli winning F2. Oh, that's interesting that he won the. So today was the sprint race for F2. Kimi Antonelli is the new hot thing in F2. If he does well in F2 this year, it's very likely that he could be promoted to F1 this year. That's he basically has jumped. He did not. I forget where he came from, but he's jumped F3 to go into F2. So that's the caliber of where he is. So he's the new hot thing in F2. So him winning today is a step forward towards that march to F1 for him.
So, yeah, I'm not sure if you heard it on the radio. Albon was he was complaining about the rear degradation just being horrendous. He slid at, I think, I'm not sure which turn it was. I'd have to look again, but he oversteered and almost flung his whole car into the gravel trap.
That's not good because that's how Logan spun out yesterday. He got onto the gravel and lost control and spun, did a 360. Again, in this case, basically ruined the tires, but managed to get it back into the garage.
He actually sets
Oscar
up pole
on,
sector one.
yeah, that's interesting. Just him, Charles, Albon, and Russell on track right now. As I say that, Hamilton and Stroll appear on screen. This is 17.570. I'm not sure why that's not showing. Did he do a faster second sector? But
No, he
that's
didn't. I
within.
think no, Verstappen and Perez is both faster than him in the second sector. But it's nowhere near bad considering he's faster than Sainz's second sector. So
He just jumped up to P3 with
3, yeah.
117.087. So there is
Height
life
of
in that.
Leclerc.
Yeah, so there's life in that McLaren car that we haven't seen before. Are they getting prepared to challenge Red Bull as well?
I think just in general all the teams have a lot more to show that they're not showing. So we have to wait.
Again, this is again just practice, but this is
Mm-hmm.
definitely setting up for quality, setting some expectations of quality.
Oh, definitely.
Hamilton is on a flying lap. He's got a couple subsectors that are the fastest, and he's improved in others. Though he's lost time. Something's happened.
Stroll just did a 26.695 in his first sector.
And it looks like Hamilton, after going really fast, has abandoned his lap. Nice to. F1 TV is following along with Stroll at the moment. So Stroll is a quarter second behind, a quarter or an eighth of a second behind after
Huh.
two.
Yeah, it seems like the second and third sector was pretty poor.
Oscar
I could
just
say the same thing about Evan Alonso.
uh, basically, engineer for Oscar basically told him he was P3, and he responded back, "Amazing what happens when you're not being an idiot in the turn sector one." Basically,
Wow.
that will be on the best radio messages of the year. We got 15 minutes to go in this session right now. Again, this is the Racing 60 YouTube channel. You are listening to Crash and Gasser. As we go over the ongoings of free practice 3 for the Austrian Grand Prix. You haven't yet, now's a great time to like and subscribe. We are 118 thousand strong army of subscribers, and several more who have joined the channel. If you have that money to throw, great. It will give you a set of emojis, which I am trying to get into chat right now. There we go. So that's one of the perks of having subscribed. Also, you'll get, if you from month to month, you'll get a milestone chat, which will highlight as a highlight at the top. Rory, thank you for putting that into chat as well for me as well. Magnussen doing a flying lap right now. He's actually got some subsectors that are the fastest on track. Green across the board, but he's looking good.
17.593. Yeah, that's not too bad.
Let's see, Albon just passed the line. The next two will be Magnussen and Alonso. Alonso not necessarily on a flying lap, but Magnussen is. And he's put together a particularly good lap so far. Doesn't improve in his improves in a time, but does not improve his place. Still P12.
Third sector is likely the thing that's holding him back.
So Hamilton coming across the line. And this probably is going to start a flying lap. Is it? Not improving in his times. That's interesting. Bottas is starting a new lap. Not necessarily improving. Hulkenberg coming around. Who is... We've got Stroll just passed Russell on track. He's starting a flying lap. Stroll right now. Let's see. P11. No, the only one who's improving on time is Hulkenberg. Hamilton is improving. So he has not necessarily a great first sector. Hamilton did improve in his first sector. He did improve in the second sector, so he is improving. Just not a huge improvement, though. Hamilton's coming across the final curve, and he's about to cross the line.
Cost himself P2.
P2, 116.086, which is within, wow, 1/100th. 2 100ths, I should say, of Sainz time. Bottas jumps to P12. Hulkenberg jumps to P13. Magnussen is in P14. Zhou is P17. Verstappen is not improving. He's about the next one to come across. He's doing some sort of race simulation, so he's not concerned about the fastest speed at the moment. Looking at Stroll and Russell, no one else there. Ricardo, no improvement. Zhou, no improvement. And Ocon finishing sector 2. Yeah, no improvement there. So no one right now is on track, is improving on their times. Max is. He proved in the first subsectors, goes to 26.751. He's gone faster, but he's only a half a tenth off of Sainz's time. Taking a look at on watching as Max goes across. Just get a little bit of traffic in that second sector, but they are out of the way, and he is better by 0.47 after 2 sectors.
Russell is roughly matching Sainz's timings in the first 2 sectors, so I wonder how his third sector goes.
And
Jumps
Max
to
does
P3.
not. Yeah. So Russell jumps to P3. Max lost time in that third sector, so he didn't really improve his time. We've got Russell in P7 right now, and Ricardo in P18. The next two, well, Russell and again on the stream, he just jumped to P3. So Ricardo jumps to P12, 117.963. We've got 9 minutes to go in this session right now. Again, you're listening to the Race YouTube channel. We're watching as we're getting to the end of free practice 3. We're getting some push laps, but it's not consistent. And this is the point, and it's going to get harder because more and more people are getting onto the track. Like Hulkenberg just passed Russell. Hulkenberg's on his trying to do a flying lap. Haas just jumped to P10 with 117.752. That's interesting with that particular car. Only ones in the garage right now is Oscar, Alonso, Albon, and Stroll. But that could change any moment. Any moment as we get closer to the end of this session. Has anything stood out for you over this session?
Um, anything really? I think the only thing that we really should talk about is the Ferraris and Red Bulls. Because yeah, Ferraris 1.4, Red Bull 6.7, but these are on medium tires. So I wonder what's the kind of pace deficit that everyone else will have to these two teams when they're both on softs.
That is going to be interesting. Yeah, definitely. I mean, they're on mediums. They did set most of their times on mediums, but they're now actually they're on soft now. Look at the lap timing.
Yeah, Sainz already just sets an immediate purple sector 1.
Yeah, Sainz is on a medium. Leclerc is on a medium. Max and Perez are on mediums.
Does not improve on second sector for Sainz. Roughly, I think, half a tenth of.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely is an improvement. Following along. About to come. He is only under a tenth after 2 sectors. He lost time. He didn't improve in his sector 2. Let's see where he goes with his third sector.
1:16.848. Does not improve on his time on soft tires. That is weird. Yeah, does not improve on his previous time. That's not
And then
something I'd expect to
Hamilton
see.
is putting together a fast lap right now. He's a
Oh
tenth
yeah,
faster than Sainz after 2 sectors. Perez is also on a flying lap as well.
it ends up
Hamilton
finishing P2.
P2 116.989. That's about a tenth and a half
Mhm.
behind Sainz. No, it's a hundredth. 0.015. Russell's 0.221 behind.
Verstappen sets up purple sector 2.
Which is interesting because
Russell
he's
sets up purple sector 1.
let's
Yeah,
see
I
where
think
he's
the
going with
sector
that.
timings are a bit sporadic this race. It's not
Yeah,
like I don't
Hamilton
think it's so clear cut who is the absolute fastest team at the moment.
Hamilton could have
But
gone faster. That last curve, he was a little rough and probably lost. So, RS, thank you so much for the 28 gifted membership. So Brian, JJ, Casano Julie Quick, Magpie Man, Todd, Ronnie Reggae, Banatavizi, HKJ, Gayla Lopar, Tim, Avia, Crack, Ian, John, Jose. No, Jose. I can't pronounce who is that kanji. Kame and Christopher and Harry. Welcome to the Green Army, my friend, or the family, as I've called you in the past. Again,
Yeah,
one
this
of the
is
perks. What just happened?
um okay. Verstappen actually set improved on his time, got a purple sector two, but ended up only P5. Then yeah, Russell got a purple sector one, and but sits in P4 after Leclerc improved on his own times. I think so far the main thing that stands out for me is that the improvements from mediums to softs for the Ferrari and Red Bull is not as big as I thought it'd be.
At this point, everyone is on hard tires.
I think both the Astons are on an outlap at the moment.
Yeah, Max is actually doesn't know why I can't go faster compared to the medium. He is scratching
Okay,
his head why the Reds aren't as fast as the
yeah,
mediums.
and Verstappen's actually on the radio. He said that he's losing speed and that the rears are slipping a lot compared to the mediums, which is not what I'd expect at all. So I wonder what's the issue. Yeah, the soft tires are not providing that performance advantage that I expect them to. So I am I feel like the medium tires will have a pretty high chance of being the main
Yeah,
tires
we're
we'll be
looking.
seeing for the rest of the weekend.
Yeah, I mean, it will probably be a medium. If this is how it's going, it's probably going to be a medium hard type race. Two minutes left in this session to go. And at this point, Stroll has jumped to P9. Stroll P8, Alonso P9, Ocon to P15. Those are the only times on the boards that have been proved at the moment. Of note, everyone's within 2 seconds of the lead. So that's we've got
Wow.
P1
And
through
honestly,
P1 through P12.
not even
Um,
include if we exclude
sorry,
I don't know
P15 now.
what's going on with Gasly, but if we exclude him, everyone's basically within one 1.2
One,
tenths from
yeah, he's the
Saints.
slowest.
So
Again, one P1 through P13 is within 1 second. We add another 0.2 tenths. We've got through P18, and then we have Gasly 1 point, and he's within 2 seconds. So again, we talked about this bunching up. We have really bunched up. Yeah, P1 through P7 are all under 4 tenths. Um, Stroll, Alonso are under, P9. They're under 6 tenths.
and talking about Stroll Alonso, it's yeah the fact that it's Stroll Alonso, not Alonso Stroll. So even yesterday, I'm pretty sure Stroll finished in front of Alonso in
Yes, he did.
practice too.
Yeah,
And
and that is
now it
one of the
looks
big.
like that's gonna happen again. So that's a big surprise.
Stroll has looked very strong on track. Now I know they're down, so it's going to be interesting how they end up qualifying. Verstappen on a flying lap. Trying to see who else. time
Alonso's on a flying
as
lap, and so is Stroll. Oh, but Alonso's 26.6 on first sector, 17.46 on second sector.
so Ricardo's going to be
Alonso's really
24 on
sending it this
Croft.
lap. Verstappen puts himself in P1 with a 16.7. That's interesting, really, because this is not much better than the Q3 timing that he's. In fact, no, it's slower than his Q3 timing by 0.002 of a second last year.
No, it's
So
point zero 0.015 faster.
really,
I mean, we're under a tenth of different within a tenth. I mean, P1 through P4 are within right now within a tenth, which is insane.
oh yeah. So Alonso puts himself in P6. He seems to be keeping up in the first two sectors, but his third sector just wasn't fast.
Again, this session has come to a close. Basically, a few people are still, there's only a few people left who have not taken like Perez, Oscar, but they're not improving on their times. So, oh wow, Leclerc has jumped to P1.
Yeah, he did. I think he put in a really good lap. Because if we look at the timings, Leclerc is much faster in the third sector, but loses slightly on roughly 700s in sector 1 and 2, but gains 1.5 tenths on the third sector, so that's how he barely edges out in front.
So, basically, this session has come to a close. We will be back for quali. I believe Ryan will be handling quali as he usually does. We will probably be back in about 90 minutes with music, and then an hour before, and then Ryan typically comes about 20 to 15 minutes before the session starts and talks about the latest news. I want to thank you for being here, Gassner. Basically, I want to thank everyone here. We've had over 3,000 of you in
Pleasure.
chat watching at one point. We've got almost 500 likes. Thank you so much. Again, if you stay with us, there'll be a little bit of music, and then when the session ends, you'll be brought to the quali stream. For me, Grash, it's been a fun time this weekend. You will see me. Oh, what's the next race? You'll see me in the next race.
Japan, right?
Yeah, it'll be in the middle of the night.
Uh,
Maybe you'll see. I don't know. Well, I'll probably be here because I'm crazy. So, anything you want to say before we take off, Gasker?
I mean, just look at the timing sheets. It's just actually nothing too spectacular, other than maybe Tsunoda, P11. I think he's definitely leading the pack in terms of the non-top 5 teams. And then the other outlier is Gasly, which is 4 tenths behind Ricciardo. I don't know what's going on with his car this time around, but being 1.5 seconds off the fastest driver is a very poor sign for him. I do not know if this will translate in the race, or the qualifying. So we'll see later.
All right. I've got nothing else to say at this point. I will be around in chat for quali most likely, and I will see you guys during the race. All right. See you guys later. Have a good night, and let's get prepared for quali.